The corner, the corner, the corner.
Hey, welcome. Come on into Cousin Ed's Corner. This podcast is where you'll find real, authentic conversation, organic conversation, unscripted, unfiltered conversation, like you're home with your cousin. It's all about life. It's about finance. It's about spirituality. It's about love and everything in between. I'm your host, Cousin Ed. I'm excited to bring you along on this journey. So sit back and listen in as we dive into a wide range of topics. I have some diverse guests coming on with an array of thoughts and opinions. My goal is to create a space all for us to connect and communicate. It's not really about me. It's about the community as a whole. Let's enjoy it. Let's sit back. Let's think about our past. Let's move into our future. It's about
the corner, the corner, the corner. So no matter how you cut it or slice it, we're all here together. I'm just here to give you a piece of my heart, my mind, my soul, and my mentals. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another episode of Cousin Ed's Corner. The corner, the corner, the corner.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? It's your boy, Cousin Ed. Yes, indeed. Back again, Cousin Ed's Corner. Hopefully, everybody has had a good week. Normally, it's Friday. Normally, we do a thank God for everything. And we never stop thanking God. So let's start the show and say thank God for everything. We thank God for yesterday. We thank God for today. We thank God for tomorrow. We thank God for all the blessings that He has blessed us with, things that we don't even know about, things that's still to come. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We couldn't bless you. We couldn't thank you enough for everything you've done for us. All right. I didn't want to miss that opportunity, but this show is not thank God for everything. This show is the Corner Connection. So while I'm thanking God, I want to thank y'all for being a part of this corner, Cousin Ed's Corner. Thank you for all the kind words, the DM messages. Thank you for just listening. Thank you for being a part of the community. Continue to share the show with your friends, family, and loved ones. Make sure that if you are not already subscribed, if you don't already like, you don't already follow on all platforms. So when I say that, YouTube, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you follow on Podbean. Make sure you follow on Twitter and not Twitter, but TikTok and Instagram, right? All those different things. If you hit all of them one minute, hit all of those things, it helps a lot. It helps the algorithm. Facebook as well. We do have a presence on Facebook as well. So just be sure to do all that, right? All right. Got that out the way. I really want to talk today about something serious and something that I've been thinking about for some time now, right? This show, I try to keep it uplifted, positive, try to make sure we are enlightened in many different ways. There's some topics I try not to touch because they are sensitive topics, but this is one topic I think we need to discuss in preparation for what's going on in this country right now. There's a shift going on. It's been a shift going on, but we want to be prepared in case something major happens, right? And I can back all the way up to say something in your household happening that had to do with the country. Just saying injury, death, loss of job. Maybe I'll do another show on that. But right now I'm talking about nationally something happening, right? It looks like we may be going to, I don't know what may happen right now. The reports I heard today that we're stationing ships outside of Cuba right now. We just went into Venezuela. We threatened Greenland. China and Russia mad at us. Iran, Iraq. It's so many things going on internationally right now that it's scary, right? And if you're one that not watch the news, you might want to turn from this show. I should have gave the forewarning before, right? If you don't watch the news, you might want to turn from this episode of Cousin Ed's Corner, because it's more of a warning or preparation to to get prepared, right? For us to be knowledgeable and get prepared for what possibly could happen. Now, this doesn't have to be a national event such as destruction. It could be the power grid going out. It could be the sickness again. We could have COVID again, right? So I'm just saying, being prepared. We wasn't prepared for COVID, but being prepared. So I just want to talk about some survival things that we can do to be prepared for whatever may happen. But right now, I will say I'm keeping a strong watch, I'm keeping a close watch to what the president is doing right now, what this Congress is doing right now, what's going on outside of this United States that I'm hearing from people that live in other countries. So, all right. So I jotted down a couple things. I want to make sure I hit these key things. So having survival essentials, right? Do you have water and food that it can last you 6 to 12 months, right? You're like, how can I keep something 6 to 12 months, right? Well, you have to go back to the essentials. When I say the essentials, you have to go back to the rice, the beans, corn, things like that you can have that can be stored, right? With having beans and rice, you can have it in a bag and, use it as needed. Also, they have MREs. Anybody that's been in service know about MREs, that you can cut open, put some water on it, and it turns into a meal, right? Also, you can have some dry fruit. Any of you have a not dehumidifier, Lord help me, dehydrator, that it dehydrates food. You can put it in your oven too and try to dehydrate it. But also, when I do some time after I do my smoothies and stuff, I may use the pulp and I put it in the oven, dry it out. Then you can also blend it, make it into a powder. You don't want to eat powder, but you can make it into a smoothie after that and have it as nutrition as well. So maybe saving some of those things. I talked about canned goods, non-perishables, water. Make sure you have a filtering system outside of just your refrigerator. So even if it was a Brita filtering system, make sure you have a bunch of filters that you can use, right? Make sure you have a metal pot that you can use to heat something up and boil water in, right? So something you can heat something up outside to boil water in. Now, like I said, this is a serious topic. It's a scary topic, serious topic. But if you haven't been in the woods, in the wilderness, hunting and everything else, you might just want to start watching some YouTube videos on how to survive. We may need to start watching some video. We may need to go out and look at wilderness videos, because there's some things that we are privileged to in this country that may change. I'm sorry to say that, to see where our kids may be in 10 years and where we may be in less time than that, it's better to be safe than sorry. So shelter, making sure you have tents, making sure you have blankets, making sure you have sleeping bags, make sure you have what's the thing called, hand warmers, right? Things that can be things that can be used in the wilderness. Or if you're in your house, you may have to have more blankets, right? Shoot, we may not even have. Listen. It's so serious. I'm gonna skip over this one and come back to this one. This one is gonna be the last one, but I'll come back to that. Let's go to health and hygiene. Make sure you have first aid kits and medical supplies. So first, hygiene. Let's go to hygiene. You want to make sure you have all your toothpaste, toothbrush, all things like that, right? Will you need deodorant out in the woods? I don't know about that, but soap bars, right? Ivory soap and things like that you can use in the wilderness, right? You don't want to be carrying around lugging liquid soap. Just a bar of soap is good enough that you can keep with you. Rags that you can tear up, old sheets that you can tear up to use as rags as well. Making sure that you have any prescriptions that you do need. Making sure you keep a month ahead of it. You don't want to wait till something happens and you don't have a month supply ahead of it. Now, some insurances may not allow you to do that, but if you can do that, make sure you have your prescriptions a month ahead of time. Talk about hygiene, hand sanitizers, toilet paper, soap, things of that matter, things you can wash with. I love a bar of soap. You remember when we was kids, you had a bar of soap, you had that scrubbing board. We know how to wash stuff. We just privileged now. We just fortunate now to have dishwashers and washing machines and everything. Remember your mom used to tell you to go in there and get that scrubbing board and wash that out. So make sure we know how to do that. This next one, communication. This is what I'm working on within the next couple of weeks, is make sure you have walkie-talkie, two-way walkie-talkie. They have some nice ones out there that pretty decent in price, that have a wide range, 50 miles, 60 miles, that you can at least talk to your friend, a family member that you can reach out to a wide range, two-way radio, right? Some people are going to satellite internet. That way, if your house internet goes down, you can always reach out through satellite. Making sure you know how to use your phone and have backup battery. Power goes out in the house. How you going to charge your battery? So maybe a small power supply that you can keep with you. Something that is not a generator that is gas based, because we don't know what's going on with gas. But trying to find a solar generator, right? Something that at least that can power the phone. Networks may be down, but maybe with the two-way radios, they at least can power that. Get a analog radio. Everybody has radio through their car right now. Nobody has a radio in their house no more anymore. Try to get a radio that has a battery on it. Small radio that has a battery on it that you can plug in and possibly listen. I want everybody to do this for me. If you don't like horror, don't watch this. But go and watch I Am Legend. See some of the survival things you may need. And it may really be I Am Legend out there. I hate to say it. And it may not be another species or deformative species of the human race. It may be some of our counterparts with some red hats on. I ain't saying no more now. But listen, I Am Legend. Go watch that. All right. I'm going to come back to, I'm going to come back to something that's pretty big. Not for everybody, but I'm going to come back to that. I talked about satellite phones and some kind of messaging device. Next is financials. Make sure you have some emergency money. I don't like storing money in the house or under the mattress. I don't like it for certain reasons, but I've always had cash. You got to keep cash somewhere, right? Making sure you're disciplined not to spend that cash, but make sure you are pulling more cash out right now. I do believe we need to pull more cash out and have emergency funds based in cash, gold, and silver. Something that you can trade and barter with. Cash, gold, and silver. Also having alternative currency. They talk about having cryptocurrencies or bartering items. Something you can barter with. Whatever that may be. Also your skills. If you can cook, maybe you set up a program where people can come get food and you can barter for that, right? If you're a plumber, if you can build a shed, if you can build whatever you can barter your skills on, right? Make sure that you can a car repair, whatever you can barter your skills on. Making sure you can barter your skills and be ready to be activated to do those things. All right. Next thing I talked about, part of this already, energy and lighting. Make sure you have solar panels. Make sure you have portable batteries that can be recharged by solar. Make sure you have flashlights. Make sure you have extra batteries. Fire starting utensils, right? They have these propane they have electric actually lighters now where you can just strike it. You never need a propane or anything like that. So make sure you have lighters that you can use. Make sure you have matches. Sometimes we have to go to matches, right? Back old school. Candles. Make sure you have candles. You can heat something up off a candle. I can put a candle down put something on top of it, and heat something up over that. So candles. Make sure you get this ready bag together. Make sure you have all this stuff in a ready bag. Maybe a luggage bag. Watch I Am Legend. Watch it. Going down the street with our luggage, right? So some people right now are doing off-grid living. They're doing their own food production. So maybe we need to learn how to do food production, planting gardens. Right now we're in a winter harvest, so your collard greens and your beets and all those things that you're planting now, you can have. Some people have livestock. They have chickens. They have goats. They have cows. We don't say I didn't tell you. I don't want to be the one to say I didn't tell you, but I don't want any of this to come true. But it's getting scary. It's getting scary. I talked about food, preserving food, canning food, smoked food, dehydrating food. Talked about water purification, being able to change rainwater into purified water. Talked about solar. I'm just going through this list here. I think I hit everything that's major for the list except for one thing. I wanted to leave this last because some people maybe feel a certain way about the Second Amendment, firearms, and all of that, right? I'm sorry to tell you, you need to be armed. You need to make sure at least you have one. Back in the day, everybody had a shotgun in their house, pellet guns. I used to go down south. My granddad had it by the door, by the front door, by the back door. Nobody touched it. We need to get back into that. You don't know who's coming to your door anymore. And this is today without anything about the administration. Things are happening in the world. But I think we know the world is changing. Our country is changing. They may be, I'm saying it wrong. There may be militias coming. Think about that. People who are not truly sworn in lawmen, but militias coming to detain us. You have to defend your family. There may be, what do you call it? I'm drawing a blank right now because this is so serious. Famine going on that you have to defend what you have in your household. Listen, your algorithm get messed up. So my algorithm starts sending me things, and I see all the news, and I'm aware to what's possible. And many of us like to put our head in the sand and say what's not possible. I don't want to know about it, and then it catches us, right? Let's wake up and be aware of what's possible. Didn't want to have this show, man. We shouldn't have to have these kind of talks, right? You know the talks you have to have your kids about when they get pulled over. This is one of those talks you don't want to have, but you gotta have it. How do you confront people when you go in the store and they follow you around? You know those talks you don't want to have, but you gotta have it. How do you act in the workplace when they treat you a certain the talk you don't want to have, but you gotta have? It's a talk I didn't want to have, but we gotta have it. Let's get prepared. Be sure to send me a DM, send me a text message, send me whatever smoke signal. Tell me how you're getting prepared. What's in your ready bag, right? What am I missing in my ready bag right now? It's your boy Cousin Ed. Like I said, this one was one I didn't want to have, but I think it's needed. Tell me if you want a part 2. Tell me if you want a part 2. Send me a DM if you want a part 2 of this. Bam. It's serious right now. Cuba? You going to Cuba? Come on, really? I'm out of here. Peace. Love y'all.
Thank you for listening to Cousin Ed.